Earlier release of prisoners from the institutions and putting the burden on the county jails. What is the thought of trying to eliminate that?
If we have more options other than sending people to prison, where we can legitimately rehabilitate people and get them back into the community, that we can eventually have lower prison populations. But we need to have those in place before we start letting the people out of prison. They actually have to have the places to go. So I'm really, really hoping we can have an honest and open discussion about how we can reduce our prison populations and reduce our criminality as a whole. For in this budget, there is nothing rehabilitative contained therein. And there hasn't been much for quite some time. So I think it's a perfect opportunity, even though I oppose it, to really open the discussion about changing the way our system works.
Is there any provisions to assist the probation and parole who's already got way more clients than they can handle now, to give them assistance to supervise these new people coming out?
The budget proposal that the governor has submitted now not only lets people out of prison, I think the estimate's like 1,000, but it actually reduces the number of people on parole and reduces the number of people permitted on probation. The suggestion is that most misdemeanors would no longer be probation eligible. So as opposed to providing more supervision from community corrections, judges would be forced to send more people to your local jails because they wouldn't have the probation option.
In January, Mr. Van Hollen, you made remarks about expanding the Crimes Against Children Task Force. What's that structure look like here in this area?
We're trying to get more local law enforcement to partner with us in the process. The ones who it's easier for you to reach out to or for them to reach out to you. When I started, there were 26 local law enforcement agencies that partnered with us. We're now up to 76. One more joined earlier today, I think. 3 more yesterday at our roundtable. We have no partners out of this county right now. I would beg the sheriff's department, the police departments to join us. I think it's the most important thing they can do. But we're also going to be able to provide more education. We are expanding through a federal grant the number of people we have who we actually send out to train people around the state. Train the trainers, educate the public, educate the kids, educate the parents. We did 300 presentations statewide last year. I would like to make it 1,000 a year because education is a huge part of the problem.
I would love to have an ICAC officer and participate, but staffing is killing me. I don't have the luxury as do many of the other departments. So it's not that we don't have the care or the desire to do it. It's just physical limitations.
And we're not asking you to take an officer and attribute them just to this. We're asking you to give us an officer or two who's willing to be trained so that when an issue does come up, you've got somebody who we could have provided training to. And we've got 1 member law enforcement agencies who have joined the ICAC task force. What it's going to cost you is their time when they're actually working on a case, and I would submit to you it's more important than anything else your cops could be doing. And the biggest hurt is you're going to have to pay them a salary for 2 weeks while they go to a training.